Well, it certainly cleared up. It was raining and thundering and lightning earlier. Didn't get a whole lot. About 11 o'clock in the morning already, almost 80 degrees. It's gonna be a warm one today. And I started sanding on the hood and the doors. Gonna finish that up. And I just went to get some base coat, the Grabber Blue, to put on said hood and doors. The store I get it from is about 15 miles away. I get up there, you have to go in and order it, get it paid for before they'll mix it, so you can't call up there and have them do it. And evidently they didn't stir all their paint mixture stuff or whatever they do in the morning. They didn't do that this morning. So that's going to take 1 to 2 hours, then mix the paint, which that won't really take too long. So I drove back home, and I'll have to go back up there, and I'm going to wait a couple hours, make sure it's done. Always something. So in the meantime, I'm going to do a little more sanding on this stuff and get it ready. And we're going to get some color on that today.
2 hours later.
Alrighty, so I finally got my paint. I've already got the activator and reducer. So ready to go with that. Jesse and I have been down here enjoying a large hot sausage pizza. Right, Jess? You want more? Buddy, on the other hand, he is up in the house. He's been there all day. We think he may have got tagged by a car. Don't think anything's broken or anything like that. He walks on it, but he sure whimpers when he has to get up or move around. And sometimes when walking, he favors it a lot. He doesn't really feel like doing a whole lot right now. So I think that's what happened, because Jessie dog here hasn't even been chasing cars. The only car that I've seen her chase is the mailman, and she always meets him down at the mailbox. But she stood here, it was yesterday, she stood up on the back patio and watched a truck come all the way down this road. And usually she's running out in the yard and barking and waiting for it to come so she can scare it away. And all she did was look at it, then she'd look at me, look at it, look at me, look at it, and she watched it just drive on by. And she's acted a little bit guilty, so I don't know what's going on. Maybe she's kind of learned her lesson as well. Anyway, enough of that. I just got done sanding all 3 of these things, and I blew them off with some compressed air, get all the dust off of them. And I got to go over them with some wax and grease remover. And then we're going to put some color on them. So just like with the epoxy primer, strain our paint, load the gun up. I already got the settings set on it. We'll get the painting. Alright, so we got the first coat of base coat on. Went on pretty decent. Second coat should finish it up, and then I'll get some clear on this. Probably not going to film all that. This stuff tends to float around a little more than primer does. Especially the clear, it can get kind of sticky. I just see that my frame is broke here. Not sure how that happened. Have to fix that. Anyway, gotta let that dry for 15-20 minutes, and then I'm gonna put another coat on, let that dry a little bit, and put clear on. Looks a little dull right now. That's just because it's just base coat. It will shine up real good when we get clear on it. I know the lighting isn't the greatest in here. I didn't set up any lights in here. I can probably see a little better than you can on camera too, but it'll turn out fine. And there's Buddy. We finally got him out of the house. Boy, he yelped when he got up. He'd been laying in there all day, pretty stiff and sore, but once he gets up and walking around, he seems to do okay. He can climb up on steps and everything. He doesn't. There's nothing broken. I think he just got tweaked a little bit. Anyway, I'll bring you back in here in a few minutes. Well, got the. Oh, hi, Jesse. I don't know where Buddy is. He might be inside. Anyway, got the clear on. Just got done doing that a little bit ago. Cleaned my gun. This takes a little longer to dry. I got a couple pieces of crud in it. Not much. I think there's a piece of grass right down there or something. Other than that, it turned out pretty good. I mean, it's the inside of the hood and doors. Most of this you're not going to see anyway. Just this out here and some up around the top and so forth. But no, it turned out pretty good. Took well, not quite, but almost every last drop of clear that I had. I didn't know if I was going to have enough actually, but anyway, turned out pretty good. Let that all dry. Probably just leave them out here overnight. I don't know where I'm going to put them for sure. I need to get them mounted on the Bronco. That's what I need to do, but I need to get around the doors and stuff on the Bronco ready for paint and painted. Then we can get this stuff on the Bronco. So like I just said, now need to start getting all this ready for paint. That's not going to take a whole heck of a lot of paint. Just need to get it painted up in here and some on the floor in here. Then we can get the front fenders, which are sitting over here, and they're already painted on the inside. That was one of the first things I did. So they're ready to go on as soon as this gets painted up. Get the fenders on, doors on. It does have a spot up here that needs some attention. I'm not sure if the other side's like that or not. Yep, the other side is pretty much exactly the same. I don't think that's going to be too terribly hard to fix. Won't take long at all. And she's going to start taking shape. Won't be too terribly long and we'll get paint on the whole thing. Probably need to get the top back over here, get it ready. It's going to be painted black. The whole Bronco is going to be grabber blue, top's going to be black. Thinking about putting like a black stripe along the bottom, and I'm thinking possibly some red pinstripe down the side. I've seen other Broncos with the grabber blue, and red goes really well with grabber blue. There's also a wiring harness over here that I ran a drill into when I was doing that cab support over there. I need to get that fixed, which I'll probably just do that totally off camera. Shouldn't be too terribly hard to do, just pull the wires apart and solder things back together. Just more of a pain in the butt than anything. But I am really glad to have the doors and hood done. Been wanting to do that for a while, finally got it done, turned out good, and they're ready to go on. Gonna have to order new weather stripping for the doors, and I'm not sure what else. There's probably some other stuff I need to get. And if I knew the wind was going to let up this much, I would have waited a little bit to paint. Couldn't have waited real long. It's going to get dark here pretty soon, but there's like no wind at all coming in here. So anyway, I think I'm going to bring you back first thing in the morning, show you what these look like when they're all dried and everything, and see what tomorrow brings. Alright guys, told you I'd bring you back here in the morning, and it is morning. Doesn't really look much different. Not much brighter in here. Thought the light might be a little better, but anyway, they are done and ready and actually looking pretty good to go on the truck. This one, the hood got a little bit of crud think I said that last night. It's in here mainly, but it's the underside of the hood, so not really too worried about it. The doors, they actually look pretty good. You'll see those a lot more than under the hood. So anyway, they are ready to go on the Bronco. The only thing that isn't real, I mean it is ready, but the only thing I want to do a little different here is on the windows. Get this stuff out of the way here. There's a tint on these windows. It's not even an attractive tint. It's kind of a brown. There's some heavy part of it right there, but need to get that removed. I have never removed tint before. I think they make things for doing that. So if you have suggestions on that, drop them down in the comments. So I think that's going to do it for this video, guys. Give it a thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe if you haven't already. We'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.